So you're all doing well, welcome back to the channel. So coronavirus, hopefully you're all doing sound and well. I've got a bit more time left to myself, so I thought I'd do something for the car. So today I'm going to turn in my car from this, to this. So I've completely stripped the interior of the door, so no window widers, anything like that. I've still got central locking, and then here we have an ACW plastic window with a polycarbonate window with a slider, which is just very racy. But I've saved so much weight by doing this, and just in case you're wondering what else I've been doing to the car in this time, I've also designed a K-brace for the back. And remember when I did the spare wheel well delete? Well, I finally got that sheet of Lexan in there, so everything looks rather gnarly, but I love it. But yeah, I'm thinking I might actually turn these braces into an actual product where I'll start making it for people. If you guys like it, I'll give you a better look at it in a bit. But yeah, the plan is I'm gonna go in, strip all of this out. It's probably gonna be a bit boring. I probably won't talk through it. I'll probably leave some notes in there so you know what I'm doing. But it's still quite early, so I don't want to annoy my neighbours, seeing as everyone's in self-isolation. But I'm gonna get as much of this out as possible. Most of it's pretty easy, but it is when it comes to getting the actual window out, that's when it actually becomes quite tedious and annoying. Like the window has to go up and down and everything like that. I've also heard people talking about saying that they need to remove the door handle and everything to do it on that side. I never had to do it, so as far as I'm aware, you don't have to do it. And then we'll get to the actually installing the polycarbonate window. But yeah, let's do this. Well then guys, so as far as I remember, this is literally all the tools I use to take this door card off. So I've got like a variety of sockets, different lengths and different reaches. I'm sure I've got a couple of hex keys in there. I'll let you know what they are. And then I've got a long reach and a short reach screwdriver. They're not really to do undo screws, but they are to do a bit of prying. And then I've got the plastic trim removal tools. So they're also for prying as well, where you know you're going to be working against a bit of paint where you don't want to scratch. Sorry, but yeah. I'm actually a little bit gutted about all of this because I had a little montage planned that I wanted to do with my friend Courtney, where I don't know if you ever watched the Temper T video Next Hive, and he walks past and smashes the windows in. Well, I wanted to do that for the introduction of the video, which I can't really do at the moment. It's a bit sad, but yeah, let's do this. So in typical MARKEL fashion, I've just tried to rush this and forgotten that there is a tiny little screw just behind that plastic cap. So let's get that out. There we go. So now that that's unclipped, we'll be able to use the handle again, just like that side over there. Yeet. Right then guys, so now that was the easiest part. Now it comes onto the hard and the finicky part of the job. So there's a lot of wiring, there's a lot of screws, loads of different sizes. So this is completely like your preference. So if you want to just put the polycarbonate windows on and then put this back together, so you're going to want to keep a hold of everything that you've got. But if you're looking to full send and just get rid of most of it, then you obviously can just get rid of it all. Some people might want to keep the speakers. I don't need them, but I never really use them. So yeah, gonna remove the speakers. I would recommend keeping the screws for the window motor just until you finish this, definitely, because I had to go up and down quite a few times before I managed to get the window out. And other than that, it is going to be unbolting and unclipping things. On this part, there are quite a few more clips that you need to get to the back of just to pry it off the actual metal piece. But yeah, it's common sense. If you look at it and you want it to come off, pry it off or unscrew it, and if it doesn't, just break removed the main bolts that hold the actual shroud on. There are now just a few bolts behind and clips there and for behind it. There's also little grommets here, and there's another one somewhere. But yeah, you can take these off just so you can reach behind and get a bit more leverage. But whilst I'm here, if you see these bolts, these are the main ones that come out of these holes. And if I was you, I'd keep one till the end, and I'll show you why. Okay, so just using a bit of brute force. There are clips all the way around the edge, and I think there's a bit of sealing tape as well. That was the other grommet I was on about. There's probably a screw or something on there that you need to get to. But yeah, bit of brute force. Just pull it, and you can loosen all the way around. And then this is going to help massively when you need to reach down the back to do the last couple of clips. And also, if you're wondering why I'm being a little bit quiet, I just feel really awkward because I know everyone's at home, and I'm not like a massively confident person when it comes to working on camera in general. But now knowing that everyone is in their house at the moment and they're probably like needing a bit of entertainment, so they're looking at the window and watching you, makes me feel a bit awkward. But yeah, I'm going to carry on with this. So this was the part that I struggled with a lot last time. If you look down there, there's like a small plastic clip, and it goes from inside of the window to the outside. It's so much easier if you've got two hands, but it is doable if you're on your own. But you need to kind of pick the window up and at the same time push that out, and you need to try and do that all within this bit of restriction. So yeah, let's do it. And boom, there we go. That's everything taken out and stripped. That's about as much as I'm gonna take out. It's pretty similar to that. That's had a bit of a clean up and a paint. But yeah, there we go. All the plastics are out there. If you're interested in any of these, they're no good to me, so let me know when the coronavirus is gone. So the next step is, I think, first I'm gonna tidy up the wires because they are doing my head in, and give it a bit of a clean, and then I'm gonna get on to putting the polycarbonate windows in. But yeah, not too long. Let's do it. Okay, so this is the stage that we're at now. Everything's been cleaned up, gave it a nice bit of a vacuum all on the inside. Thank you, Henry. But yeah, I used a bit of acetone on some of the paint, and obviously when this is in production, I don't think any of the inside stuff was cleared. So I've stripped a little bit of paint. As you can see, like probably a bit of black there. So I've just gone over it and just sprayed it all in primer, other than most of the black stuff, like the plastics and the handles. But I've got some colour matching paint in the garage, so once that's all dried, then I'm gonna go out and try and blend it back in so it looks similar to that, but probably a little bit cleaner. So the next step now is to get the windows in. I need to throw some self-tappers in across this edge here. And from what I learned the first time is that there is literally no room for you to put a self-tapper straight in there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grind all of this off. Well, when I say grind, angle grind it off with the cutting disc, and then sand it off so it's nice and smooth. And then that should give me enough space to put some self-tappers all the way through there, whilst it's holding in the glass. So yeah, I'm just gonna give this probably like half an hour to dry. I'm in no rush, as you can probably tell. There is nothing else to do. So yeah, hopefully you guys are all taking care of yourselves as well, and I'm gonna let this paint dry. See you in a minute. Alright then guys, so it's been about half an hour now. The paint has completely dried. So this comes for the time that I'm gonna cut off the whole of this piece here. So when I say the whole of this, like let me just say if you were to use something else instead of this, then you could completely just cut that off and cut that off right there. But seeing as I want to have a place to mount the door handle, which I just like cable tied there, I'm going to leave this on for now. I could probably just follow the seam across here and cut it down and just leave that there, but I'm choosing not to. So the piece that I'm going to be cutting off now is this seam here, running all the way across there, and I'm just literally gonna cut it off all the way down there, and then that should give me enough room to pilot a few self tappers in, which are gonna hold the window in. Okay, then, so let's just be honest, that's not the cleanest cut I've ever made in my life. Yeah, definitely start with a sharp blade, and then, no, not a sharp blade, I mean start with a bigger blade, because I started with half a blade and ran out, and then my cut started to go a bit wonky. But I already planned on this because I did something similar on that side, and I've got a bit of edge in there, which is going to run across all of there once I've obviously painted it and take care of it a little bit more. But yeah, you'll never know, it will look like that, which you cannot tell that I've messed up on that side either. So yeah, next step is now I'm going to actually show you guys what the window looks like. Alright then guys, so what we've all wanted, been waiting for, there we go. This is the polycarbonate window from ACW Plastics. Let me just open this up properly. There we go. So that's the full window. It's got the whole slider, so it just locks up and down. I do want to find a bit more of a secure way of doing it, and I've already noticed with my other one I've had to super glue that on because it fell off already. No judgment to ACW, but it is what it is. Comes in a full plastic protection on the front and the back, so remember to take that off. And my recommendations are, when you're taking it off, rather than just peeling this off completely, undo everything and then take it off, because it does get stuck. But yes, pretty simple. You want to line it up as high as you can in the window where like your original placement would be. And for me, I've got these, I believe they're 24mm or 20mm self tapper screws. These go in with this little piece, goes straight into the drill, sorry. It's magnetic, and you just drive them straight in. What I learned from when I did it last time is when you're driving this straight in, when it's pushing in against plastic, the plastic's like melting and warping. So to resolve that, I'm using washers. So when I drive this in with the self tapper, there's a washer behind it, so when I go in to the point where it's like completely flush, it's not spinning against the actual window, because obviously there are burrs of plastic from where I've driven it in too fast. And if you listen to me when I says keep one of these screws, this is because I'm using this to put the door pull in. Let's try and open that 2 seconds. Yeah, so this is pretty much perfect size bolt for the door pull. There we go. But obviously when you put this in, there is a bit of, so if you look at that, it's quite thick at the top, so when you go in there is still a little bit left over, and then if you don't drive it in flush or put a washer behind it, then it will swing like this. But if you have a washer behind it, it will push it in, so it's nice and still. Depends on your preference, but I prefer it not moving when I'm driving. But yeah, let's do this. Alright then, so you might be wondering why I only cut up a little bit of the plastic and not all of it. That's basically just so I can see where I'm going to be drilling through into the metal straight behind it. I'm going to be doing, pardon me, I'm very gaseous today. But I'm going to be doing a pilot hole with a small drill bit, and then I'm going to send through the, what do you want to call them, the self tappers. Also, the main reason I am going to leave this on for as long as possible is because I didn't pay the extra bit to have the strengthened polycarbonate, or the, what is it called, MARKEL or something like that. Yeah, I didn't pay the extra couple of quid for that, so it isn't scratch resistant. And as you can see, I probably can't see right now because the sun's glaring, but there are a few scratches just from where I've knocked it a couple of times. But it's not the end of the world. It's a track car. I'm not using it as some glamorous detailed show car. But yeah, let's start drilling. Right, so I've got to a smaller drill bit now, and that's so I'm actually going to go through to the metal, because the diameter of this is much smaller than the actual self tapper, so it will still have something to grab onto.
What a slag.
Right then guys, so that's all the pilot holes drilled out. I don't know if you guys just see that, but I'm absolutely gutted. I thought I was doing it like so clean and so perfect. Put a bit too much pressure on the 4mm drill bit, snapped, and I've ended up, can't find it, pole driving into the plastic. I was doing so well as well, goodness sake. But anyway, I'm just going to strip the rest of the plastics off, give it all a bit of a clean up, get rid of all of these plastic shards, and then should be ready to bolt straight in. Alright then, so that's what it all looks like now without the clear film on it. Next time you guys see it, we'll be looking like a race car. Let's go! Oh yeah, there we go then guys. Remember when I snapped that drill bit? Yeah, I had to go up to a 5mm instead of the 4mm. And now the holes are too big for my self tappers, so I'm gonna have to go to either a 5mm or a 6mm self tapper. It's not the end of the world. It's still nice and secure, and we've still got 3 in. It's all good. The sliders are working. Happy days. So yeah, I'm gonna put the handle thing in. Zoomed in a bit farther. Yeah, I'm gonna put the handle in. Show you guys how I did that. So there we go. Got the bolt. Got the washer. I think I'm gonna need another washer, but I'm gonna have to go find one after I finish recording this. And then you put that on. If you can see the handle, then it pushes itself forward. You want it so it pulls towards you. Put it straight in. There you go. Just screw it straight into the hole that I unbolted it out of. A bit tight, bear with. Okay, then so I've driven us to the end of the road just simply because it was too noisy on my road. There you go. That's what it looks like now. The polycarbonate window's in. Fucking love it. But yeah, also I was saying that I wanted to do some rear braces, and if you guys are interested, then I'll probably end up selling them, and that's what they look like. So it's K-brace, made it all myself, all in-house, sourced all the parts myself, welded it all up, and my welding has improved, if you're wondering if my welding was compared to the stuff that I used to do when I first got my welder. But yeah, it's pretty good. There we go, they've got the polycarbonate. Hello. But yeah, happy days. Right then guys, that's the end of this video. Hope I helped you out in any way, shape or form. Please feel free to like, share and subscribe, as we are currently in the middle of a crisis. Thank you to the NHS and all of the, what you call it, key workers. I'm currently one myself, so don't really get much time off. But yeah, you guys look after yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!